Okay, we're back for episode 3 because we totally ignored the second 2 movies in the prequel and we've already been chastised for it. So this is Rob, Mike for RavingEagle Media. Oh my god, I got it right. So Attack of the Crap, Attack of the Clones, whatever you want to call it, the second prequel. It's the middle of the pack and it is the second for a reason. It's not the worst by far because Phantom Menace is a steaming pile of happiness. Yeah, it gets better. It does get better. So if you can stomach the 7-year-old in love with the 20-year-old in the first one, you can work your way through this.
That's disturbing. That whole thing through the entire trilogy, the prequel trilogy, is just disturbing. But I mean, you got to give it to it. There's some great moments. I mean, the huge battle at the end. Come on. I mean, Mace Windu's face is classic. Samuel L. Jackson looking at the clone trooper when it comes up to him. Commander, what are your orders? Wait, what? Okay, yeah. Let's go kick some ass. Come on, come on.
Let's go kill people.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go chop people up now. The battle in the arena with the Jedi and all the guys closing in on them when they're all like, and then all the Jedi show up in the balcony and Mace just is flying around chopping off some random fat dude. I mean, it's just really coolness. They did a nice job with that little bit at the end. The battle scenes, the beginning of the Clone Wars, those type of things. But the first half of the movie was a steaming pile of continuance from the last one. I mean, it just kept going and we're like, okay, if I was 18 years old and I had a 30-year-old chick, hey, I'd be perfectly happy with that situation at 18. You can't ask for much more in the world. But, you know, when you're 7 and 15 in the first, or 20 in the first movie, okay, that's disturbing, and that's illegal in 49 of 50 states. Sorry, Bama.
This is true.
Let's get back on that clones here.
Yeah.
Because I'm totally on the wrong world.
Yeah, we're supposed to be in a galaxy far, far away, not your backyard.
Anyway, but Attack of the Clones out of the Star Wars prequels, I thought it was pretty solid in the last half, but the first half was bad. The Mace Windu stuff was great. The Yoda scene, I forgot all about that. The whole Yoda bouncing around like a freaking pogo stick at the end, beating up on Dooku, was just awesome.
That was great. That was great. You know, I heard one guy record, "Oh, thanks for ruining my childhood." No, that was beautiful. That was Yoda when he was younger. That was him in action. It was just beautiful.
I mean, 500 versus 600. I mean, yeah. Really, 500 versus 525. I mean, really, so the age thing's not a biggie. It's just, I think the thing with Yoda that people try to equate him to our age, it doesn't work that way. But the thing with him is, I don't think it's the age as much as the depression of watching all the Jedi die in the later movie. It's not that he aged, it's that he had a hard time really on. He watched the Jedi Order flourish under him, doing a great job, and then he watched it all just kaput in one shot. Yeah, 66 just wiped everybody out, and the Emperor played him, whooped up on him, used Dooku to do his thing, whooped up on him, and then took Vader, and the prophecy came true. Because you can't have just good, you got to have bad too, and that's the part the Jedi were misunderstanding, I think, is you got to have balance, and up to that point, before the prequels really get going, you have more or less the light ruling the universe for all that time. And you got to have balance and conflict, and that's part of what I think a lot of people like about Star Wars is there's always going to be conflict in those movies because you have to have good to have evil is kind of the thing with Star Wars. Now I'm way out of in my own little universe, but we'll probably go ahead and what you got, brother?
Like you said, the first half of the movie it had some visuals and stuff, but it was the second half that ruled. You know, with the last parts of it. That was where it was, the action, the excitement, it's what made it actually watchable. But you had to get there, and you just can't judge everything by the original, because these are supposed to come before those.
Yeah, you're taking a neat and clean universe at the beginning of Phantom Menace, not including the crazy love story that's illegal, but then you're trying to shove that pretty universe and move it into the universe that we had with the original movies. So you knew a lot of what was going to happen, and that's just one of those things. You had to move your way that way. You had a lot of political stuff mixed in, which I actually like the political stuff. I like knowing what's going on, how the universe is shaping up with the thousands of worlds and all that crazy weirdness, but a lot of people don't care for that. They want more just, lightsabers and dying, which is fun too, but you got to have a little backstory. You have to have some depth in your movies. And the prequels really lacked a lot of that, so I think the political stuff helped with that. Because, I mean, Mace. Amazing character. Mace Windu's great. Okay, he's a Jedi Master. What else? I don't know. That's all we're really going to tell you. Him and Yoda rule the world. So, we're not going to give you much more. There's more to it. I'm not trying to simplify it too much, but they don't give you much more than that, and I think Mace's story would have been an amazing backstory to add. Do a Star Wars story, Mace Windu. I mean, really, you don't have to go crazy, pick a new actor. I know it's sacrilege to pick someone besides Jackson, but I'm sorry he's not 21 anymore. And he'd do it, but it's not going to look right. So pick someone else, do a prequel on that, and do Mace Windu, a Jedi Knight story. That would be awesome sauce.
I think that would be good. That would cover it. So that's all we have time for this episode. As always, let us know what you think in the comments. Leave suggestions for things to review, cases to go over, and even lists and stuff. We'll check it out, and we'll grow with the comments and with these suggestions. As always, peace.